Recent deportations across the country that are getting international attention.
CBS News reports 238 male Venezuelan citizens living in the U.S. were deported to El Salvador last month, accused of being part of a transnational gang, an organization that President Donald Trump has labeled a foreign terrorist group.
According to CBS News, the Trump administration has used tattoos of crowns, a clock, and other symbols to allege many of those men are connected to gangs.
Now, this all started when a legal battle which prompted the president to enact the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, something that was originally created to remove communists and Nazis.
After an injunction this week, the Supreme Court ruled the president can pursue deportations under that law.
However, the court gave limits that include notifying the individual, giving them time to seek relief before they're sought for detention. This move still has people in our community at risk tonight.
WBTV's Claire Kopsky has been digging deeper. She joins us from the newsroom with more on all of this. Claire?
Well, Jamie and Siobhan, these deportations are igniting much fear for those who have entered the U.S. both legally and illegally, and an extra layer of panic for those who have tattoos. Today, I spoke with an immigration attorney here in Charlotte who's representing a client right now who she says, like many of the men being held in El Salvador, has no criminal record and yet is being held by ICE here in the States.
It's in our local community. We have had community members arrested, and the only viable reason is a result of having tattoos.
Mary Lynn Tedesco has been practicing immigration law for more than a decade.
I have not seen the number of people telling me that, like, well, should I go get my tattoo removed?
But that changed in the past few weeks as news broke of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement arresting men without a criminal record. Friends of a man living in Charlotte reached out to Tedesco about a Venezuelan man who worked in a tattoo shop in North Carolina who had been detained by ICE.
The first thing that I thought was, well, how on earth is the government going to allege that my client's a danger to the community?
That's because she says her client doesn't have a criminal record here in the U.S. or abroad.
When we consider these detentions, what type of evidence is going to be brought to then say that this person is an actual danger when all that can really be pointed to is the fact of existence of tattoos?
She explained immigrants who are following the proper immigration protocol may be at most risk because of the biometric profile the U.S. government has from them first entering the country.
They literally catalog all of their tattoos. They catalog any scars that they have. It's in the ICE document called the I-213.
She says she believes that's making it easier for ICE to find these individuals.
That could be my client, and he calls me and he asks me, you know, am I at risk of being sent there? And I don't know what to tell him because in theory, yeah.
But one of her biggest concerns is chipping away at the laws that have protected those seeking a better life and the First Amendment.
It just seems like it would chill First Amendment rights, really, to say that somebody can't have tattoos or that somehow they are dangerous because they chose to have a tattoo.
Now, we've reached out to ICE to confirm if any of the more than 200 men deported to El Salvador were living in the Charlotte area when they were detained. While Tedesco's client hasn't been sent outside of the country, she said that she's working actively to help him get out of ICE detention in Georgia. There's certainly much more to come on this story in the weeks to come. Jamie, Siobhan, back to you.
Claire Kopsky live in the newsroom. Claire, thank you.